Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 27 of Rogues to Riches. So, when we left off, you guys had dealt with the situation at the orphanage. Katerina has decided to join you for a time, and you were heading to Prague to look for the last remaining member of Die Kinder Des Mondes, the acting troupe, which had somehow obtained that script to The King in Yellow by the magnificent Joop van Ooms. So, yeah, let's see here. As you make your way, it takes a few more days from the time you leave the orphanage to reach the city of Prague, capital city of Bohemia. Um, of course, Bohemia has had it pretty rough. Prague is pretty much where the 30 Years' War started back in 1618, with the defenestration, when a couple of ministers or whatever they were thrown from a window up in the tower of the castle. Then Bohemia as a nation, well, they tried to gain their own sovereignty or independence, if you will, um, and break away from the Holy Roman Empire, which was unfortunately quashed. And I think was it 1621? Rachel, do you remember? Rachel, Crystal. I think it was 1621 when that battle was that basically crushed their rebellion and set them firmly again under the heel of the Holy
That
Roman
sounds
Empire.
about right.
Yeah, was it the Battle of White Mountain or something like that was called?
Yeah, Battle of White
Yeah.
Mountain, yeah.
So this is now 11 years later. It's 1632. Currently, as you're arriving at the city, it is July 26th. The weather is pretty clear. There's a good few clouds in the sky, but they're not the storm cloud types. They're the nice white fluffy clouds. The weather is quite comfortable, um, unless you happen to be wearing heavy armor, in which case, oops, hold on a second. Somebody's got a lot of background noise. There we go. Unless you happen to be wearing heavy armor, in which case you might be suffering some discomfort just from the summer air. But yeah. What do you have again for animals and such with you? So we've got Katerina, Antonio Valenti, Cole Waif, and we also have Medina, who is not present as a player at the moment. So we'll just kind of push him to the back and pretend he's here, but not.
We have 2 horses and a dog.
2 horses and a dog, right? 2 riding horses?
Yes.
Right.
I
You got
guess
all your
this
gear pretty much loaded up on them, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
I
the
do
horses
have one thing I completely forgot to ask before we actually started in there, but I
Sure.
did get a new level last session.
Okay.
I didn't roll for my new spell.
You didn't roll for your new spell?
No, I did not roll for the new random spell.
Oh, then what level?
I can cast up to level 3, and I looked at my spell list, and 3 is the one I have the least of, so I'll go with that.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. This one's not as crappy as the others. 9.
9 for level 3 is, hold on a second, I gotta zoom in a little bit here. Gust of wind.
All right. Fantastic. Put a little mark in there, so I know I need to add that to my other.
You already did your hit points and all that stuff, right?
I did hit points. Yep. I changed my saves, which got really great for a lot of them. Finally.
Nice. What level are you now? 6?
Level 6. Yep.
Level 6 magic user.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. I think you are officially the highest level magic user I've ever had organically in a campaign of Lamentations. I mean, I've had higher
Honestly,
levels,
though,
like just in one shots where like,
right.
Okay, everybody makes 17th level characters or something, you know. But.
Right. I did start at level 4 though, so
Yeah,
because
fair
replacement.
Enough. Yes, that's right, because you built Jasper up beforehand. Good point. Well, still, nonetheless, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So the 4 of you, the 2 horses, and of course, Katerina's Mastiff, Marshall, right? Did I get his name right? I got his name right. Yay.
Yeah, Marshall. Yeah. And the Battle of White Mountain was fought on November 8th of 1620.
1620. Okay, I was off by a year. Cool. Thank you. So yeah, so it's 12 years almost under the heel. Well, it was under the heel already, but 12 years since their attempt at independence was crushed by the Catholic Holy Roman Empire. So Prague, it's a decent sized city, um, you know, pretty big, I suppose, by continental standards. Maybe not quite an Amsterdam or a London, but still impressive enough. Walled city, still very medieval in design. I think now I haven't been there myself, but I've seen a lot of pictures. I think a lot of it still does look that way even today. So definitely in the 17th century. Um, you know, high towers and thick stone, stone buildings and such. So um, yeah, you can smell it as you're approaching. It smells like a city. You can smell the kind of unmistakable stench of massive amounts of humans living within a walled settlement. Mostly smells of filth and sweat and crushed dreams. But yeah, as you enter the gates are open. There are armed, soldiers in imperial uniforms at the gates, but they're not really stopping anybody. They don't seem to be having any real trouble. Now, Bohemia has been hit pretty heavily by the war, of course, but currently in this particular region, um, there aren't any battles happening too close at the moment. It's relatively secure, so you're able to get into the city without having to pass any kind of a search or customs or anything of that sort. Um, you're allowed to carry your weapons, etc. Um, so yeah, what do you want to do now that you've reached the place? It's not quite as grand as you kind of expected from maybe some of the stories you might have heard about the city of Prague. Um, you may have had an idea of like a really kind of enlightened cultural city similar to Amsterdam, with lots of wealth and prosperity and you know um, unfortunately, it does not look to be as nice as you might have pictured it in your minds. Well, then again, Katerina probably knows because she's probably, uh, well, she's lived a lot closer for a long time. But yeah, it's a little bit depressing. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of poor people in the streets begging. Um, you know, you can see signs of sickness as well. Doesn't look like plague, fortunately, but again, you jam several thousand people into a confined space, illness is going to spread. So, yeah, you're looking for a needle in a haystack. What do you want to do?
Well, I think one of the first things we need to do is secure some kind of lodging, if
Excellent.
possible.
That is a reasonable thing to do. So, let me see what this is like. Generate. Okay. Um, this is even better. Yeah, this is what I want. Random inn and tavern generator. So, are you looking for someplace kind of poor? Do you want someplace kind of more common, or do you want a good inn? What kind of lodgings are you looking for here? What kind of comfort and security are you looking for?
That's a good question. Oh, you know what I forgot to grab?
Katerina has 46 silver. Actually, Katerina might actually look for a church or something. Um,
Okay.
I'm sure she could find somewhere to lodge or like a church or something to lodge her for a night.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard. There'd be plenty of churches. Well, a good few anyway. All Catholic, of course.
Yes, no problem.
There are there is a large population
So
of Jews as
technically,
well. There is a large population of Jews here in Prague as well, but they don't have any. They're not allowed to have any temples or whatever. That they other than that, as long as they're not like openly practicing their religion or preaching it or trying to convert anybody, they're allowed to live in their squalor here in Prague. So yeah, you can easily find some cathedral or something that'll take you in, and being the cleric that you are, as long as they don't find out about your special powers, they probably won't have any issues whatsoever.
I have the mimic loot list that I have from the last game. So we have 6 mimic hearts that appear to be good gems. I think we'll hang on to those, but I have 50 gold pieces out of that, and 600
50
and
gold
600
pieces.
yeah,
Whew.
and 694 silver pieces.
Wow, you are strapped for cash.
So I think we can get at least
you have 600 silver pieces.
694.
You know that every 100 coins is one encumbrance. So
Yep, that's why it's on the horse.
Yeah, that's why it's in saddlebags.
okay, just want to make sure.
No, I know. So I think, yeah, the gems, those are just going to hang out until we get back to Amsterdam, I think. But we can get a very nice inn with the all that gold and silver that we have. So,
Okay, so you want to go for a good inn?
I think we're going to go for a good inn.
Okay. Now, all right. This is the problem with using these random generators online. They're all geared for fantasy worlds. Let's just try a different one. There we go. Yeah, you find one called the Crossed Candles, and it's got like a holy cross, but it's actually like two candles that are crossed, and the candle, the vertical candle is lit at the top, whereas the horizontal candle, which crosses it, is actually burning at both ends on the sign. It's two-story. This building actually is partially made of wood. It's like half wood, half stone, um, and it looks like a relatively recent construction. Definitely not like a holdover from medieval Prague. Um, it's quite nice, yeah.
Excellent. We're going to need, I guess 3 rooms for, let's go with 2 weeks to start. I'll burn through some of that extra money we have so we don't have to carry around so much.
You want to get 3 rooms for 2 weeks.
Yep.
I suppose this means you're paying for my room as well, then?
No, he's paying for
You said you're going to a church. Oh,
Medina's room.
there goes the timer.
Okay, I forgot. Never mind.
Right. So, where's the fancy inn lodging? Yeah, we'll just go with that. Math. I know he's going to flip his food or whatever. I'll pull out a calculator real quick. So 3 people, that's that much per day. If he wants 2 weeks, whoo, Okay. Come back to us, Merrick.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. I'm waiting for you. Okay, so yeah, as you walk in anyway, you get the smell of food in the air.
Mm-hmm.
The food here must be well seasoned because you just smell lots of different um, spices and seasoning in the air. It's
Okay.
really quite exotic and nice. It covers up most of the body odor. Um,
Nice.
indeed, the innkeeper. You see a man. He looks relatively young, surprisingly for an innkeeper. Maybe his father owns a place up. You're not sure. He looks to be quite a youth, maybe early 20s, tall, slender, fine features, pale skinned, kind of a dirty blonde hair, but it's kind of in a bit of a coif. And he smiles as you approach and says, "Welcome to the Crossed Candles, my friends."
Greetings, innkeeper.
You have the look of travelers about you. He looks at your gear.
We do indeed. We seek rooms for 2 weeks. Is Katerina coming with us, or is she staying at the church?
I don't know. Did you walk into the inn with them, Katerina?
I guess I'll stay with them for a short while. If
All
you
Sure, why not?
if you ask her to stay, then she'll oblige, but she's not gonna ask the intrusive.
I'm just going to assume she's going to be rooming us. So 4 rooms for 2 weeks.
4 rooms. Ah, you bastard. I did all the math already.
Sorry.
That's all good. um, let's see here. Divide by 3. Multiply by 4. Right, 4. And he actually has to take out and writing on a like a piece of paper or whatever you want to call it. And right, okay, yeah, sure, 2 weeks. All right, yeah, that'll be 1,400 silver pieces.
Which is how many gold?
Divide by 50, so 28, I think.
28 gold? All right. Well, okay, hold on here. So 14, how much now?
1,400 silver or 28 gold pieces.
Okay.
That includes well, that's 4 rooms, so that includes stabling for up to 4 horses if you have them as well.
Well, we only have 2 horses, but we also have that big dog.
Oh, they'll be well looked after.
All right.
A dog, you say?
Indeed.
Yeah, we can kennel him in the stables with the horses as well if you wish.
Okay. So I hand him.
Or if you want, as long as he's clean and civilized, as dogs go, he chuckles. You can keep him in your room too if you wish. You're paying enough for it.
I see. Well, that will be up to Madame. It is her dog.
Yes, Marshall will stay with me.
He is very well trained, as I have seen on the road. I hand him 16 silver pieces and 600 gold pieces, or 600 silver pieces and 16 gold pieces, which should come to 1,400.
I just closed the calculator for some dumb reason. I should have kept it open. 16 gold pieces, you said?
Does that include meals as well? I should think so.
No.
No? Okay, well, that's fine. We still got
meals are separate.
And I have those mimic hearts still. So that leaves us with 34 gold pieces and 94 silver pieces. Oh, I forgot about Rachel's loot. 37 gold pieces. And however much that comes to. I'll figure that out in a moment here. 127 silver. That should be plenty for food. And I have silver on me as well.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, he's like, if you want to just give me, let's see, what time of day is it? I never even said, did I? No, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He's like, yeah, the rooms are ready. I can give you the keys and I'll show you. Actually, he says, I don't. He shouts out,
And he's speaking Czech, right?
Lada. Yes.
Okay.
Lada, show these 4 to their rooms. And he hands her the 4 keys. And yeah, she's a lovely looking girl. Looks to be in her kind of mid-teens, 15, 16 years old. More of a kind of a like an auburn color to her hair, and it's pulled down in what are they called? Pigtails, right? When I don't know why they're called pigtails when there's 2 of them. I never saw a pig with 2 tails, but yeah, it's pulled down in pigtails, and so she will show you up to your rooms. And yeah, they're nice, good-sized, big beds in each room. Actually have a proper wooden dresser cabinet with a mirror on top, instead of just like the usual like wooden box that you get to store your shit in. It's got the wooden footlocker as well at the end of the bed too. But yeah, you have proper dresser, a mirror. There's a chamber pot. There's like also a basin for water. So that you can get fresh water to wash up with in the mornings or whatever.
Would you like to know why they're called pigtails?
Sure, go ahead.
So they're called, the twisted tobacco leaves resembled the curly tail of a pig, so they were called pigtails, and eventually became used to describe hair braids that resembled those tobacco leaves.
Interesting.
The hairstyle was very popular among soldiers and sailors in the 1700s.
That I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Cool.
There you go.
All
The
right.
history of pigtails.
Happy days.
So they'd come from pig, but there you go.
Do any of you want fresh water to freshen up? Lada will ask you as she's showing you 2 rooms.
Indeed.
So she'll collect your basins, whoever wants them, and she'll take them down with her to get warmed water for you. Might not be hot, but it'll be warm at least. It's a nice place.
I'll slip her a couple of silver pieces. Thank you. As a tip, even though really
She smiles. Thank you. Okay. So this
as far as for the the innkeeper or this girl who I'm assuming is like his daughter or something, do there seem to be any kind of illnesses or anything, or do they seem like healthy and everything?
No, they seem healthy. Yeah, they're not. Like I described him as being kind of slender, but he's not unhealthily thin. Like it's not from malnutrition or anything like that. And Lada, she's pretty healthy looking herself. She's not huge, but she's healthily plump, if you will. Happily plump. Quite the image of a beautiful woman in this particular time period, I suppose. So.
Okay, sounds good.
Holy crap. Oh, that's so bizarre. I didn't know I could do that. That doesn't work down here, does it? No. Okay. Anyway, I'm just messing about with this in generator I got here. So the cross candle. So Lada was her name. I never gave the barman a name, did I? His name's Andre. It's probably Andrej. Andrej. Andre, I think. We'll call it Andre to keep it simple. Okay, so yeah, like maybe 10 minutes later, you all have fresh, hot, pretty hot basins of water. Hot enough to where there's like a little bit of steam that comes up off of them, you know. So you can
Fantastic. Yes, I'm gonna take off the leather armor, wipe that down. Well, undress and wipe myself off first, and then use the water to wipe off the leather armor. And I think I have a change of clothes. I'll have to put what I have back on for now. But knock the trail dust off.
Yeah.
Yeah, freshen up definitely. And then I head downstairs to the main room, clumping along on my wooden foot for dinner. Get some food in me, some hot food after weeks and weeks.
Sure. Let's see, food. Oh my.
Of course, lock the room and shove the saddlebags under the bed with the money as far back as possible, and then shove other stuff in front of that so it's hard to get to. And then, stuff it on the bed, lock the doors, knock the door.
Cool. So on the menu, they have roasted pheasant and whey cheese with a glass of rum for 4 silver. Roasted mutton and cashew bread with a tankard of perry. What the fuck is perry?
It's a kind of drink, alcoholic drink.
I've never even heard of that before. An alcoholic beverage made from fermented pears. Go figure. Similar to cider. There you go. I learned something else new today. So they have roasted mutton and cashew bread with a tankard of perry for 9 copper pieces. They have steamed carp with coriander and dried apricot and a glass of brandy for 2 silver pieces. Or baked hare with cardamom and onion and a glass of rum for 4 silver pieces.
The pheasant.
I will too. Sounds good.
Okay. What'd you say, Katerina?
Did everyone else get time to get bathed and everything as well, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I was going to say Katerina would have done that as well because she'll
say all the stuff that Antonio described doing, it probably took close to an hour. It's gonna be closer to 5 p.m. by the time he's coming down for dinner.
That's cool. So yeah, Katerina will take the perry because that's kind of French. So a little bit.
Sure, it comes with the roasted mutton and cashew bread.
Yep, sounds good.
Like a nutty bread. Yeah, that's only 9 copper for that one. 4 silver for the other 2 for the roasted pheasant, the whey cheese.
It's 10 coppers, 1 silver, right?
Correct. Yep. So yeah, it's quite good food. It's really the drink is good quality as well. The inn is very cozy. You look around, you see it's mostly full, not completely full. It's not like packed to the brim or anything of that sort, but it's like maybe 70-75% capacity as far as the room being full. This is what did I say? The 26th. It's a Monday. You can see one man looks to be like a scholarly type gentleman, sitting actually with a woman who also looks quite scholarly. Both of them, you look at them, they just look like bookworms, or maybe well-educated individuals anyway. There's another gentleman sitting with a group of people. He has like an entourage. He's got a large table. He's got about 4 women and 3 men sitting there with him. Now these men are not his equals. These men look to be, you get the feeling that they're like his bodyguards, because he is, just the way he talks and carries himself, he's very aristocratic looking. He's actually got like braided golden hair and dark blue eyes. He's got a nice like braided beard as well. He's got like fine garments on, and he's wearing a copper amulet.
How old is he? You said? Did you say?
I didn't say. We'll say he's not quite middle aged yet, so he's not a youth, but he's
Is he
He
carrying a weapon?
Claire has a
No?
No, nobody's
Yeah.
carrying weapons.
None of his gentleman friends are either.
Oh well, yeah, you get the feeling they have some kind of probably clubs or something, cudgels, concealed
Okay.
under their vests, as it were. Yeah, if you're looking out for that, you might pick up on that. But he's not carrying any weapons anyway. And none of the others are. I don't know if you're carrying weapons yourselves here in the bar, but
No, well, I'd have my dagger. Well, no, actually, I don't carry a dagger.
if you had a dagger, I mean, that's more of a tool than a weapon anyway.
Right, but no, I don't have a dagger. No, I'm not carrying. I left my sword in my room.
Okay.
I got a pistol. Wearing it at my belt. That's about it.
All right. Cool. You're wearing your pistol. That's fair.
Katarina
Katarina.
has no weapons or armor.
Katarina's armed with her faith.
I've been thinking about maybe getting like a quarterstaff, but I'm not sure yet. I mean, it's made of wood, and then I could just easily throw it down if I need to use my spell. I was also wondering, actually, while we're on the topic, in the armor, not leather armor, because leather armor has like metal on it that will heat, but the what is it? The buff coats, I think, that are in the firearm section.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I were to wear one of those, does that have metal on it that would heat up?
You're thinking about a heat metal spell?
Yeah,
Um,
because I think the heat metal spell specifically says that if they're wearing leather armor, that there are still like metal buckles that will heat up.
don't check
If
that.
I remember correctly.
I'm gonna look it up to be sure. I don't think a buff coat would though. No, I mean it's yeah.
Says those who would dare take up arms against the. It's on page 108 at the top.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at
Those
it.
who would dare take up arms against the God's chosen. Let's see. Causes all metal arms and armor, including impromptu weapons, to become hot enough to burn flesh. Insurance against hypocrisy, the caster's arms and armor all heat up as well.
No, it doesn't say anything about leather armor except for at the end it says that material that comes in contact, flammable material which comes in contact with hot heated metal will burn. So it could set leather armor on fire or something like that. So no, it doesn't say that leather armor would heat up.
Okay, so she could wear like a buff coat and have a quarterstaff. Okay, so that might be a good idea to get those things.
Yeah. If you're gonna buy them, you can do that. You're still in town for sure. But okay. So yeah, you have a lovely meal. It's now 6:00. You are quite pleased with your choice of inns, at least so far. So your stay in Prague has started off on a good note.
So I want to ask if I have now. When I was in the room, did they have like dressing gowns in there for people to use? Sleeping.
Yeah, they might have something. Yeah, sure.
Okay, because what I want to do is ask if I can get my clothes laundered overnight, because it's been a while since they've been cleaned.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And I will have that, of course, to wear through the night.
Yeah,
waiting for
absolutely.
clean clothes.
They can do that if you give it to them. Then they'll return it to you in the morning, clean and dry.
Wonderful.
Just cost like what? You have one change of clothes?
Pretty much at this point.
Yeah,
I didn't bring a lot
like
clothes.
cost you like 4 copper.
Excellent. Not a problem. I'll happily pay that.
4 copper per outfit, let's say. Unless it's some crazy outlandish outfit that might cost more, but yeah.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, it's a fancy place. So you got dressing gowns and.
I said I saw I have an exquisite outfit, but I wouldn't have brought that with me. That's still back in Amsterdam.
Okay. Cool.
What time of day is it again?
It's now 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay.
Mhm.
My friend, I think we probably all need to get to a bathhouse or something. Kind of relax and get cleaned up after all that nastiness that we took care of.
Well, without having a change of clothes right now, I think I'm just gonna have to make do with the sponge bath I took in my room and wait for clean clothes, and then perhaps go do that tomorrow. So I'll be relatively, wiped off of most of the grime. And then after I have clean clothes, go to get a proper bath somewhere.
Now, just looking here for public bathhouses.
Unless the inn has like a bath.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have anything like that until the 19th century.
Makes sense.
But the inn could very well have like a bathroom, you know what I mean, where you could, pay a certain amount of money to go in and just to bathe yourself.
That's an excellent idea.
I can imagine like the copper tubs, with
Mm-hmm.
little kind of like partition type things to separate them, so you'd have some privacy. And
I'm pretty sure like the Romans had bathhouses.
Right.
the Romans did, yes.
I mean, they may have died out in popularity, but
I'm sure they probably have bathhouses somewhere in the city, but I don't know that I want to go in public and bathe. Especially not when I'm still have nothing clean to put on after. But if they have
Wait.
like
Oh, wait. Hold on a second. There were some. Oh, the ones in England were all torn down in the 16th century because they had a poor reputation. Yeah, the only place that wouldn't have torn them down in the 16th, because the during the Reformation period, European bathhouses were destroyed. The only places where they weren't was Finland and Scandinavia. So yeah,
all right.
sinful,
Mm,
and yeah.
indeed. How dare people cleanse themselves of grime and muck in the presence of others?
Well, exactly. I mean,
Shame on your body. Shame.
it says here that they rapidly degenerated into brothels, or at least the reputation as such, and they were closed down.
Okay.
Yeah. When the hell was the Reformation period? I have to look that up. But okay.
But yeah, if they have
oh yeah,
like that here.
was the 16th
yeah.
century, over 100 years ago. But yeah, you can do that. So call that another 4 copper. So 4 copper for laundry of one outfit. 4 copper as well for a bath, a hot bath.
Excellent.
It's not like something that you do every day anyway.
Are you distributing the money for all of us for our rooms and?
I just paid for the rooms out of the Mimic money.
Yeah, that's
you're on your own for.
And I'm using my own. Yeah, I'm using my own money on my sheet for all this bathing stuff. If you want some of that, if you need some of that for the bathing and such, I'll happily give it to you.
Yeah, I didn't even make up my mind how much money I took with me, so
that's fine. I'll give you money for the bathing and all that. Then
yeah, it's fine. Just take it out of my share. It's fine.
I'll just knock it off of here. Okay, not a problem.
Yeah, I'll get a new set of clothes too, like you did, because that's a good idea. After getting a bath, I want to get back to these nasty things.
Okay, well, let's see. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. You might have just enough time to go out and buy one thing before the shops close, I suppose. So.
Oh, I'm just gonna do is just bathe and give them my clothes for cleaning, and then use the dressing gown.
Okay, and stay in until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anybody else going out tonight or no?
Katerina will go. Yeah, she'll go ahead. Seeing as how she's with this group now, she's going to go ahead and Get herself some leather armor because it has an AC of 14, and a buff coat only does +1. And she's gonna get if she I don't know if she'll be able to find it in the same place or not, but if so, she'll get a staff as well.
What's your lowest stat, Katerina?
7.
No, you cannot get them at the same place. But yeah. So which one do you want to buy tonight?
She'll go ahead and go get the armor tonight.
Sure, the leather armor. So that, that'll cost you 25 silver pieces. Leather armor. Rule of 4. Yes, they do have one that will fit you. Doesn't really need any resizing or anything. So.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. All right. So, and then you get back to the inn. You can put out your clothes if you wish for laundering. And are you paying for any of that stuff? Are you going to launder your clothes, have a bath, anything like that? Or
yeah, she'll have a bath and launder her clothes.
okay. Yep. So total 8 copper for both.
Okay.
All right. Cool. And the night passes in relative peace and solitude for the most part. It's as inns go, it's a pretty quiet place. They have somebody in the evening who plays some lovely harp music, very relaxing. It's not at all a rowdy kind of place. It's way too expensive to attract any riffraff. So yeah. The next morning brings us to the 27th of July, 1632. Weather is beautiful on the 27th. Clear sky, barely a cloud to be seen. The sun rises bright and strong. It's quite warm. It's a gorgeous day. If any complaints at all, it might just be that it's almost too warm. But
Katerina will have her morning devotionals and get her prayers for the day that she may need.
Good idea. Yes. So let me go and look at my spells for the day.
yes, now remember, I don't know if I've ever said this or not in this game. I've been learning things as we play. It's funny, 26 sessions.
So
27
actually,
sessions.
let's see here.
Now, magic user spells cannot be forgotten
Right.
once they're prepared, right?
Exactly.
So you can only replace them after casting them.
Right.
Which is very interesting. I don't know why I never knew that in the 5 years I've been playing this game. But
which is fine, actually, because there's a couple of spells. All the spells that I want to get rid of, I can cast without causing like a big commotion.
Well, it says in the rules that like if you want to cast a spell, period, like it's obvious that you're casting the spell.
Right, but I'm alone in my room.
Does it in the privacy of his room is what he's
Oh,
talking about.
right.
I'm not going to walk down into the common room and say, "Okay, guys, I just got to clear my memory a little bit." Now, everybody, fall asleep.
No.
Open a door.
I'm just thinking like charm person may not be as useful anymore.
Yeah, that's too bad.
No, it's still
I mean,
useful.
it's
I mean,
also
as long as
got
it works.
It's also
You
has,
just have-
It works.
You'll just have to be hidden whenever you cast it.
it also has a 70-yard range. So not it has an extreme long range. Yeah, I can cast it no problem, and then walk up to the person. So it's 120 feet. I can probably cast it from that far away, and they're not going to notice me doing it. And then walk up.
Oh, I think even if they notice, what does it matter?
Exactly.
They're
They're going to be my best friend at that point.
Mhm.
So okay.
You just gotta make sure no one else notices.
Yep.
They
Nope,
become
I know how to be
utterly
subtle.
enamored with the caster and desperate to please them. Anyway, so yeah, what spells do you cast to get rid of?
I get rid of sleep, knock, and protection from normal missiles. The only thing I have left is Force of Forbidden and 2 magic missiles.
Cool.
And I want to just make sure I have the right number of spells listed available here for level 6. It is okay. I do. Okay, so I'm going to learn. Let's see here. Maybe I don't get rid of sleep because that's a very useful thing against low-level folks. I'll go with invisibility. Oh, I'll just write it in chat. But yeah, invisibility. Actually, that's actually useful too. So I don't get rid of protection for normal missiles, but I will learn. What does this one do? No, not as useful as it looks. Army of 1.
Cool.
Yeah, so it takes 3 hours. So I learn Army of 1 and invisibility. So they only got rid of 1 spell, which was knock.
Okay.
I'll write in the chat what I have left, what I have now.
And what do you wish to do with your day? This beautiful day, Tuesday, the 27th of July.
We need to find ourselves, or at least start looking for an itinerant actor. Because he need to die.
Boy, that typing.
There you go. All right. So, yeah. So, how the hell? We know his name.
Do you?
We do. We should know
What
his
was
name
it?
because we had the names of all the guys in the troop. Hold on here. Let me look at our.
Did you?
Yeah, because we have their first names.
Okay. Did you write them down?
We did talk to the people that run the inn and asked them if there's any theaters or places that put on plays, that kind of thing.
And was that group originally from here? No.
No, they were German.
German. But yeah, that's a good idea because if we can find where they were supposed to be going, because I'm sure they weren't just coming into the city. I'm sure they had a plan. So yeah. I don't see the list here. I guess I don't have the names. We knew the one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, that's all those notes from the other game we played the other day. Oh, here it is. Got too many notebooks.
Yeah, I don't honestly know the guy's name, so haven't a clue.
Oh, this is entirely useless. What the hell is all this stuff?
Hey, Ian, I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
While Antonio's figuring out his stuff. Okay, so if I buy a sling, a quiver holds 20 ammo max, right? And it says under the
I have a sling.
arrows and the crossbows are 5 copper each. It says that the sling bullets are 2 copper each. So my question is, should I buy a pouch for that and say the pouch can hold 20 bullets?
I have a pouch. It has 50 bullets.
Okay.
Because they're slightly bigger than a regular, bullet charge for a pistol, projectile for a pistol, for a sling.
Okay.
So I have 50 in my sling bag.
All right. And you have a pouch for that?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
It's one of the 5 things I carry. One of the 4 things I carry on me all the time. Because I can't carry much anymore with my fake leg. Jeez. No, I'm sorry. I don't have that list anymore. Oh, maybe there's another check. Maybe it's in this one. That's a burnt man.
So, yeah, you want to ask about the theater district or whatever?
Right.
Yeah, there's an area that particularly kind of designated for the fine arts, if you will. Lots of performers go there, street performers as well as theater performers and musicians, etc. Yes, so you can get directions to that particular section. The innkeeper, I presume you're asking him, yeah. He would
Yes, for directions and whatnot.
say, do be careful in that area, though. As you could probably imagine, the people aren't always the most desirable in that particular neighborhood. Guard your pouch well.
Indeed. That's a good idea. I am going to... Let's see here. Most of my money is still in my saddlebag. So I'll just bring 10 silver with me.
I have an idea.
No ideas from you. Okay.
Okay, so this dude that we're looking for, he knows us, right? I mean, he kind of met us once, twice. Or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he was there when...
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
He was
Okay.
there when Rachel murdered all of his friends.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Rachel, your character is not as big and as your other character was. Your
Crystal.
other female character.
She's a completely
I
different person.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just wondering if there's a similarity between the two physically.
I mean, I don't think they would look anything alike. Katarina French.
Okay, so if we go and ask about an actor, then he's going to be afraid it's us because we're male. He's going to know us are some big, overpowering warrior woman. But if we have her asked about that actor, then we might not scare him away. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a valid logic or not, but
I'm not going to send a young maiden into the theater district alone, though.
No, but let her talk to. She could go in once we're there. She could go into the place and talk to the gentleman.
Just basically what he's saying is, if word gets back to this guy that a young woman who looked to be a woman of God was inquiring after him, he wouldn't be spooked. Whereas if they find out, if the description of Antonio and Cole, and of course the other guy, Medina, who's not really here. He will say he's currently sick in his room. He's not feeling well.
There we go.
So yeah,
rough traveling.
Yeah, it's not a bad thought. So yeah, so you want to wander over towards the theater district? Do you want to do any kind of shopping or anything while you're around, or?
I think I want to pick up a cloak with a good hood.
On the way over, Katarina will pick up a staff and a sling and 50 bullets in a pouch.
Let's see. So you want to just get a hooded cloak, you said, yeah, Merrick?
Yeah, something, of a neutral color.
Clothing. I thought clothing was on here somewhere. Containers, vehicles, food. Miscellaneous equipment. Yes, clothing. Yeah, I mean, okay, so just for the cloak itself, we'll say it's 1 silver. It's not a full outfit. Yeah, it's 1 silver. And Katerina wants to get a quarterstaff, or just staff, I guess. Wouldn't it
Yeah, I think it's just called staff.
I'll be back in just a second.
Actually, I think it's just medium weapon.
There's staff on there.
Oh, there is staff. Yeah. Okay. Yep. 5 silver pieces for a quarterstaff. Really? Okay. 5 silver for that. Sling is a silver piece.
Yep.
As far as the
And
go,
the bullets are 2 copper each, so a pack of 50 would be 1 silver.
okay.
But the pouch costs a silver.
2 copper each.
The
So
bullet
10
copper
silver.
each.
10
Oh,
silver for 50. Yep. Plus the silver
Oh,
for
yeah.
the pouch itself. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep. 5 bullets would be a silver, so 50 would be 10 silver. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. You can obtain all those things with relative ease. And as you're doing so, you do catch a view of a troupe of performers acting out a mime routine out in front of a tavern.
Back.
A tavern called the Knave and Flagon. This is on your way to the theater corridor. The street here is quite chaotic. There's lots of makeshift stages, colorful signs and banners. The Knave and Flagon itself is a single-story, half-timbered building. And yeah, you see this group of actors or whatever you would call them. There are 6 of them, and they're all like with the faces painted and the monochrome clothing. In fact, their clothes are black clothing, and the kind of white painted faces. They're performing their silent mime routine out in front of this inn, and some people are gathered around and are laughing and guffawing and throwing a few coppers here and there at them. Yeah.
So what would you be asking them concerning this man about? Why do you need to talk to him?
Right, that's a good question.
Excuse. Possibly, maybe she could say she's a healer, a nurse type person, with the clergy or whatever her church is. And I thought maybe she could say a friend of his they had doctored up, or they had taken care of, and he had requested for her, because she was heading this way, to give him a message from his friend. But that might make him start thinking about us again. I don't know.
Right. He did witness the deaths of all of his troop mates.
And we're not sure he's not one of those changelings either. Right?
True. I suspect he's not, though.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think there's as many as we thought there was. I mean, the originals anyway.
So, you want me to lie using the name of God in order to lure this man into the open for you? For what purpose exactly?
He's a danger to society and the world in general.
How is he dangerous exactly?
The knowledge that he has could cause chaos and destruction of everything we know and hold dear.
It's dark, evil knowledge that he has.
It must be stopped so it cannot be spread. But I don't know if we want to make up some friend of his, though, because how do we know he even knows anyone in this city? It may have just have been his troop leader who knew. But they were determined to come here, so it's possible that they had something lined up already. So perhaps we can ask about, well, perhaps we can ask about a scheduled performance from this troop and where they were going to be performing.
Yeah. That's probably.
I don't know, though,
best,
because they're both good ideas.
Yeah, they both have a tendency to
They're both
draw
lies.
suspicion. Yeah, and they both are going to throw suspicion towards us. You know what I mean? His mind is going to start thinking why somebody's asking any of these questions.
Could very well be.
It's
Could very well be.
too big of a city to just, hey, is there a new actor in town? I'm sure that's
Exactly.
not fly either. She doesn't necessarily have to lie. She should just inquire of him, saying she needs to speak with him. That's not a lie. You need to speak with him.
Or she could just ask, yeah, she needs to speak with a member of that troop, or, yeah, she seeks him.
Yeah,
She seeks that troop.
That's a good one. Yeah, instead of just the individual guy. Yeah, instead of the individual guy, she needs to speak with somebody of the troop. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then it's not a lie. It is true. Well, we need to speak to them, so.
Well, she has to speak to him first before we can speak to him, so she is speaking to him.
He needs to be found so he can be stopped.
If you look at it one way, this is kind of a holy mission that we're upon, to get rid of this evil, because this evil will be devastating if it's released.
Evil as per you say. How am I supposed to know that this is really an evil, something that could destroy the world? I only just met you after all.
Well, you've traveled with us. We're been companions for the last few days, and you're with us now. So apparently you trust us to some extent, and I'm sure you're a person of faith. And is it better to err on the side of not letting this evil be released than not?
We did expose the doppelganger menace.
Yeah, many men speak in the name of God, claiming to wish to cleanse evil from the land. And oftentimes they speak for nothing more than themselves. Still, you did help with the doppelganger situation. I'll have to give you that. I'll help you find this man.
Thank you. That's all we ask. We don't ask you to have to participate in anything other than that. If it bothers your conscience, just let us know. If we do ask you something, we understand. You have your own beliefs and your own limits that you can do things. But this would be very helpful, not just for us, but as we're saying, we're not trying to overplay this to you, but it is something that is critical to get done as fast as we can.
Come on. Let's see if we can find this artist or actor.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
What's the plan?
Nobody.
What Merrick was saying.
Yeah, I was trying to find the name of the group, but I don't have the link for the.
Oh, the group is called Die Kinder Des Mondes.
So yeah, we're seeking members of Die Kinder Des Mondes.
It's actually at the top of my notes page.
Yep, I just don't have access to that page at the moment.
Do you need the link?
Please. Yeah, I don't have it saved for some reason. I thought I did.
Copy. Done. I'll send it to you in Facebook chat because you can actually hot link from there. You can't from the StreamYard chat. There you go. It's okay. So, how do you want to do this? You just want to walk into a random theater, or do you want to approach the mimes? What do you want to do?
Did you guys
Performances as well. If you walk around, you'll see, people doing the kind of living statue type things, and some dancing, singing, all kinds of little street performances and such, juggling.
Yeah, I think a bar would probably be the best idea first.
I'm sorry, did you guys tell me the leader's name?
The leader of the Die Kinder Des Mondes?
Yeah, the leader was Victor Rohr.
There you go, Victor Rohr.
His name I remember after looking at the campaign notes.
Yeah, his name I remember after reading it. So what did you say you want to start?
And the group is Die Kinder Des Mondes.
Yeah.
Some bar, probably German, I guess.
Okay, so you're looking for like a bar here in the well, there's one right across the way, like I said, where the mimes were performing outside of the Knave and Flagon. A single story, half timbered building.
Suppose we'll walk into there.
Okay. Yep.
What is the group's name translate to?
Children of the Moon?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it's children of something, but I wasn't sure what.
Can I roll a language to see if I can speak German since I've just read it?
Oh, this is not. Oh, yeah, you can roll it. Yeah, roll a d6.
6. No, I do not speak German.
Okay. Yeah, this is a check.
That's all right. It's a filthy language. I'm kidding.
I can't even.
So the floor in this place is really dirty, and there's straw all over, and you can see straw mats kind of piled up near the hearth as well. Like it looks like that's probably where some people sleep or something. There's a wicked-looking young girl behind the bar. She's got kind of an impish smile on her face. And there's something unsettling about her eyes as she looks at you. And then you realize that as she kind of looks around, only one of her eyes moves, the other one stays still. There's actually a surprising amount of people inside here. There's you see one man who's like sketching something on paper. Looks like he's drawing something. He sees you walk in and he puts his pencil kind of in his mouth and chews on it thoughtfully. You could see another fellow looks. He's wearing a kind of heavy leather apron. Looks like some kind of craftsman. Several other kind of dodgy looking individuals. You see one priest as well, having himself a little porridge, it looks like, and sipping from a mug of beer in one corner. And there's another woman in here who stands out because she's wearing leather armor, and she has a brace of pistols and a sword at her side, as she's kind of gnawing on a bit of sausage, drinking from a tankard. So, I assume anyway you wanted to approach the bar woman in this case, but I just thought I'd give you a little description of the people you see about.
Yeah. I suppose Katerina would sort of look at the other two, sort of like she'll hand Cole her staff to take for her, so she doesn't have to carry it around while she's in here. I assume they're going to go get a table or something.
No, we don't
Sure,
want to
you
be
guys want to
seen
start
with
out too?
you. We don't need to be seen with you because then it's going to cause a problem. That's my
Right.
my point.
Oh,
They're staying outside.
okay, all right. Well, then I'll just carry my stuff inside. It won't be a problem. I'll just take a seat at the bar and like lean my staff against. Shouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice cross you got there. You're a holy woman, woman of God.
I've been called so once or twice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome to the nave. Whether you eating, drinking, both,
I think I do. You have any
horse racing.
Perrier?
Sorry. What did you say?
Do you have any Perrier?
Perry. Yeah, I got tankards of Perry.
I'd like a glass if you don't mind.
Sure. Fancy stuff. There you go. That'll be 3 copper. It's served in like a tankard. Think of like a wooden, mug with a handle on the side.
She'll
Yeah,
take
basically like pear cider.
she'll take 3 copper out of her bag, and she'll lay it down. And as she lays down the 3 copper, there's also a silver piece there.
Okay.
And she'll say, I'm looking for a group of friends that are supposed to be coming into town. Perhaps you've heard of them. Kinder Des, whatever, she says it. Kinder Des Mondes.
What's that, German?
Yes, they are a German traveling group.
I haven't seen any Germans in here recently, except for the occasional visit from the Imperial Guards.
Yes. Well, these are the kind of Imperial men.
That's a weird name. What's it mean?
I'm not quite sure.
Who's playing the trumpet in your living room?
Sorry.
Sorry. You gotta say what you said again. I couldn't hear you over the trumpeting.
Meta, we discussed it, but did we discuss it like in character what it means?
I'm sure they did. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Safe to say you would have asked.
Yeah. It translates to children of the moon, apparently.
Oh, and she kind of leans closer and looks side to side. She looks over at a couple of the dodgy looking guys at one table, and she looks at you and says, "That sounds mysterious, like there's some kind of cult or something."
Well, if they were a cult, then they would not have been talking to a woman of God, now would they?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I see some strange stuff. I mean, just because someone claims to be a person of God doesn't necessarily make them a good person. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
But yeah, I haven't seen any weird German cult men walking around anywhere. Tell you something I have heard, though. There's been some strange deaths in the city the past several weeks. I heard that there's a vampire lurking in the old sewers, the ones the Romans built underneath Prague. Out of character, I have no idea if they had sewers there or not, but I'm just going to say there are. So my information may be completely non-factual, but I don't care. It's fantasy, right?
Yeah. Alternate universe.
Yeah. Maybe being a woman of God, you might want to do something about that. Could save some lives.
Yes, perhaps. Perhaps I will look into it. She's going to kind of look to make sure that the weird stocky men are still just like sitting at their table, basically.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay. And then she will.
They got little plates in front of them with like something looks like boiled pork and peas.
Okay. And then she will basically just kind of have her drink, and if they talk, she'll basically talk about anything else if she wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, she'll go on talking about the deaths. This vampire seems to particularly prey upon the poor in the city. Bodies are found with blood on their faces, and um, she seems really like just fascinated with this story and convinced that it must be real. She seems very superstitious. Um, but yeah, and of course she pockets the money that you put on the counter.
Of course. Sounds.
If you do go down there after that vampire, just be careful of those sewers. From what I've been told by people who have been down there, that they're kind of it's like a maze down there. Twisty little passages and tunnels under that go from one end of the city to the next, even beyond the city. I'm told.
That sounds like a serious defensive weakness.
Beats me.
Well, I suppose that's something for the Imperials to worry about, though, isn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, thank you for the drink and for the information.
Well, thank you for the patronage. Look, if you're hard up for a place to stay, I got straw mats over there by the hearth to keep the fire going all night, so you won't catch cold. And all that for only a silver piece a night.
I'll keep the information in mind.
Good luck.
And after she finishes her drink, she'll head out.
Okay.
I guess they have some kind of signal for when she comes out so that she can she'll kind of walk off and meet them somewhere or something.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, you could probably just body language,
Yeah.
Cool.
And also, as she leaves, she's going to make sure that those creepy-looking dudes are not following her.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'll definitely be keeping a lookout to see if anybody's following her.
So once they come back, she'll tell them atmosphere in that place was more than a bit creepy. But unfortunately, they don't know of your Kinder Des Mondes, or at least they wouldn't tell me anything. They did tell me, however, something else. Apparently, there have been people going missing around the city, and bodies,
People dying.
people winding up dead. Some have said that it might be the work of a vampire. Now,
Vampire? That's crazy. Those things don't exist.
had you asked me a week ago, I would have said the same. But, well, now I'm perhaps a bit more open to these things of chaos and law.
If there is such a creature, what sort of people does he prey on?
According to them, the poor, it would make sense to keep a low profile. Of
Indeed.
course, a serial killer would do the same.
And
Either
if it goes missing, no one really cares. My worry now is that perhaps the person we are searching for, well, I can't imagine they had much in the way of funds upon them if they did indeed come here. They may be among the poor. They may be among the victims already. I don't think there's any way we're going to get a chance to check bodies, though, to see if he is among them.
Sure enough, of course, if it only recently started, what if the one who came here is doing these things? You said that he was a man of evil, right? Who sought to bring destruction and the end of the world?
Yes, but I don't think the type of evil he does was of the vampiric variety. How long has this been going on?
They only told me it's been going on for a little while now. You're muted again.
Yeah, she said several weeks.
Several weeks. Quite a while, I suppose.
No, I don't think it would be our man. He was not that far ahead of us when we had to stop and take care of the unfortunate knights who fell victim to the doppelganger creatures.
Yeah, no, that was only even, let me see here. The 21st. Yeah, so that was only, 6 days ago. When Rachel went on her little murder spree.
But still, that is disturbing. I suggest we do not walk through any dark alleys in the night by ourselves.
They said that, according to rumor, he uses the sewage under the city to navigate. Look, even if, these accusations are a bit outlandish, before we leave, I would at least like to check into it. You claim to be one who wants to get rid of evil. This is an obvious evil that needs to be dealt with.
Certainly, but we do need to find our men, if at all possible, first.
Agreed. So, should we hit another bar, or do you have any other ideas?
Perhaps it might be better to speak with a theater itself. Let's take a walk through the district and see if there are any posters for the group. They may have had an agent here preparing for their arrival, so there may still be posters up.
Good thinking. What's your lowest stat, Antonio?
10.
Roll a d20 for me.
All right. 10.
Okay. Yes, you do find a flyer for Die Kinder Des Mondes. Let me think. What would it say? Yeah, in fact, it's Die Kinder Des Mondes is meant to be playing for 1 week only. The King in Yellow by the magnificent Joop van Ooms. Scheduled to start. The performance is scheduled to start. Sorry, on 1 second. I just need to look at the calendar here. First performance on Thursday, the 5th of August, and performing right up until Thursday, the 12th of August.
Hey, Ian. Before we set off to go to the theater district, since this woman had brought up Katerina and her cross, Katerina would like to tuck her cross down into her shirt.
Okay. 5th through 12th of August.
All right.
And they are meant to be performing, pardon me, at the, let me see here, what we want to call it, the Apex Theater.
I do believe we have a lead.
Shall we go there then? And I will inquire.
Sounds good to me.
Then
I tear the flyer off the wall.
Sure. Yeah, it's just like it's like a notice board kind of thing here. Yeah, with like loads of flyers up there.
Excellent.
Okay, and what do you do then?
We head Apex Theater. You said we head to the Apex Theater.
Okay, you can ask around to find out where it is.
Of course.
And, yeah, it's not far. You're in the theater district anyway. So yeah, when you get there, you see it's a wooden building, recent construction, not the best, not the worst. It's kind of mediocre, I guess you would say. Not very large, but it is currently, it looks to be closed, of course, at the moment. And there is a large man with a big club hanging down, a spiked club hanging down at his side, kind of leaning up by the door with his arms crossed, just kind of eyeing everybody who walks by. He is bald, but he's wearing, well, no, yeah, he's just bald, not wearing any kind of cap or bandana or anything of that sort. He's just big, burly, bald, not wearing any armor or anything of that sort, but just looking generally uninviting, standing there with his spiked club at his side. And he eyes you as you eye the theater, perhaps.
I walk up to him and I say, "Hail, Haster." I'm kidding. I don't do that because I don't know that name. Are there signs or posters on the outside of the theater still talking about Der Kinder des Mondes, or?
Yeah, there probably would be, a collection of billets or whatever they're called, but the main thing would be about the current play that's going on. Whoa. Here's what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, called Gods and Traitors.
Sounds pleasant.
Nice.
But there is also a flyer for the upcoming performances as well, and one of those is in how far away is that? Let me see. If look at the calendar again. Today is the 27th of July, which is a Tuesday, I believe I said. Oh, come on. Stupid advertisements. Fuck off. There we go. Yep. So that is a little more than a week away for the performance. And the current one, Guys and Traders, is meant to go right up until that time.
Hmm.
Did you say you were walking up to this guy, or no? You decided to walk
No,
up
I
to
think
the
we're
notice board
just
instead?
kind of walking past at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Just checking the building out as we go. I got my hood up. I am also done stuffing my face. Sorry if I was talking with food in my mouth.
Okay, I didn't notice. It's all good.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I've got pretty good at hiding stuff when I'm that I have food in my mouth when I'm talking to people with my current position of customer service. You stuff a chip into your cheek, and like do your best not to crunch while you're talking to someone.
Right. So, yep.
So the
This is the
playbills,
place.
the playbills are still up. So let's say we walk and go around the corner, the next corner out of sight of that man. And to my companions, I say, so it appears the playbills are still up. Either they are still planning on performing the play, which is frightening in the extreme. It would mean that the actor we are seeking did make it here with full knowledge of the play. We were told it does spread.
The great evil that this man is performing is a play.
Oh, yes. It is a play that will prey upon the minds of any who watch it and spread that knowledge to anyone that they were to meet, and so on until chaos and destruction reign.
I see. Again, had this been a week ago, I would have called you crazy, but
Well, I may be crazy, but I am not crazy about this. Our employer, he was not lying when he said that the power in this should not be released among the world, that all knowledge of it must be destroyed.
Yeah, you could see the worry that he had, and that's why he sent us.
very well. So, what do you suggest? I mean, do you want me to go talk to that charming fellow?
I don't know. He does not seem very pleasant. He seemed to know his way around that club.
Just looking at him, I don't think he would respect you and your religious outlook. I mean, he wouldn't give you any chances that he wouldn't give any other woman that came up to him.
Which I doubt are very few. Oof. Let's take is there a way to get around behind the building, or like walk around the block, try and case it?
It might be good. It might be nice if we could find somebody that could have a very charming personality.
Yeah, that might be good, but I shake my head.
Yeah, you could definitely get around behind the place.
It's probably just like, I don't know if I want to go walking through an alley, honestly, in this city. Then again, I don't really want to be walking on the streets in the medieval city either. Although they do have sewers. Not that probably means much. We need to know if I have the terrible feeling that actor did indeed make it here, and he is so taken over by the knowledge that he has learned that he is still going to try to put on the play.
So, how long would he have been in the city before us, do you think?
Several days at least. Possibly. We were walking as well, and he does not have the handicap that I do. He was hale of both his feet, so I'm sure he had a better pace than us.
But even give him a week, that's not a lot of time to, unless he had strong connections in the city himself.
I have known actors in the past, and they can memorize scripts rather quickly.
You wouldn't think he could be in the city more than a day or two ahead of you.
So perhaps he's still gathering.
Maybe a couple of days ahead of you if he stole a horse or something.
Perhaps nobody knows that the rest of the troop is dead, and he may be telling them a story that they're coming up pretty soon. I mean, I don't know why do they have all these flyers around? They just haven't had time to take them down within the last 2 days.
Right? Is it? I wonder if the actors of this city have a guild of some sort, someplace someone would go to recruit actors, or perhaps we should go walking around the notice boards and look for recruitment information.
Sounds like a plan. Of course, I can't probably read it if it's in Czech, but
It most likely will be, but it may be in German as well, and I can't read that.
I can't read it either. I'm English and Dutch. I'm pretty illiterate here in Europe. Yeah.
Well, we can always look for Die Kinder Des Mondes. We know how that's spelled.
True. That's just their
So you
plan.
walk around for several hours looking at playbills, looking for advertisements for recruitment.
actors.
Yeah, for actors
Right.
recruitment.
Until it gets later in the afternoon, maybe walk past this theater again at some point and see if it's been opened up.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find a few, probably several different groups looking for people, dance troops and acting troops and miming groups and everything else. None of them are listed as Die Kinder Des Mondes, though, or Die Kinder des Mondes. The only playbills you see at all with Die Kinder des Mondes on it are the ones advertising the King in Yellow, by Magnificent Van Ooms to be performed at the Apex Theater August 5th through 12th.
No notices.
1 week only.
No notices for auditions at Apex Theater for a new production.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I have a strange feeling that perhaps there was people in this city that were, I guess you'd say, cohorts on getting this play performed.
That is horribly frightening.
True. That's why I looked the way I did when I said it. It just came to me all of a sudden. That makes the most sense. Is why are these still up? They're still planning it. There's it's not just him. There's other people behind it here in the city.
Well, I mean, the reason that the flyers could be up is because they could have already been up, already been planned, and the group hasn't arrived yet. I mean, for all these people know, the group would arrive the night of the performance, maybe. Right?
I can't imagine if a play is going to be canceled, they're going to take time to tear down old playbills when they just put them up wherever they can.
Exactly.
But still.
Good day now, anyway.
Okay.
We were walking around. Has there been any particular, because we're kind of down in the theater district, I'm assuming still, has there been any particular bar besides the one that she went into that looks like we see, if we watch it a little bit, see if there's people that's associated with the acting field, in that area, that's.
Oh, there's several.
Yeah,
there's several, including the Navy Flagon didn't have any actors in it, did it? No. You find one called the Broken Spear. Another one called the Pilgrim and Goblet. And another called the Fool's Shield. The Fool's Shield, particularly, seems to be jammed full of actors and performers and such. It's a rather modest wooden building, has a reinforced wooden door, very low-looking ceilings. If you peek inside, has several battered shields hung on the walls, all of which have a jester-like figure painted upon them.
Do these flyers say when the play is going to be opened?
August
yeah.
5th,
August 5th. What day are we on?
July 27th.
So a week?
Just about a week.
Yeah.
About.
I mean, I guess I could just go in and ask around the tavern.
Yeah, I think it might not be a bad idea if you can ask if there are anyone recruiting actors or there's auditions to be held for a new production at the Apex.
I mean, I'll do the best I can. And she'll take that flyer they had earlier.
Mhm.
And she'll just kind of put it in her pouch for now and head towards the building.
Okay. Yep. So I've already described it. There's a short man behind the bar. Actually, at first you think there's no bartender, but then you just realize that he's very short. Back there serving drinks behind the bar, and they're also the serving staff. All the females, they're also very short, almost dwarves even. Um, Definitely midgets at least. Sorry, that's probably a bad word now, but whatever. You know what I mean.
Right?
They're all under 5 foot tall.
Right. Okay. I mean, is there a place where she
A
can,
whole bunch of people back around. You're looking for what, like a seat or something?
seat or just something?
No, there are no seats. It's standing room only. A lot of people are standing up and drinking and eating.
Okay. She's gonna keep her staff close at her side.
It's kind of a sour smell in the air. You get the feeling that the food doesn't look particularly appetizing. What you see in the bowls,
Mm. Yeah.
and the place, it smells like eggs.
Okay. Shoot. What am I looking for exactly? Okay. She's just gonna approach the bar.
Okay,
Uh,
sure. Gonna elbow your way through the crowd and work your way up there.
mhm. Um. I guess when she gets there, uh, once a bartender or something becomes available.
Yeah, it's quite a struggle, but you manage to push your way through enough people to get up there. And yeah, it's just the one barman. He's quite busy, but he sees you. He comes over. He says, "What'll it be? Food, drink, or both?"
Information actually, and she's gonna slide him a silver piece.
Information. Oh, okay. He slips that off and like palms it, and it disappears.
I'm looking for a group friend of mine. They haven't come into town yet, though. I believe they should be arriving soon. Kinder Des Mondes, and she will show him the flyer.
Show him the playbill. Oh yeah. No, I've never met them. It's a foreign group. Sounds German. Yeah.
Yes.
There's been quite a bit of talk around town about this performance, though. A lot of people are very excited to see it. We don't get very many Joop van Oom's performances, you know. Well, a lot of his stuff has been banned by the Empire.
Interesting. So, do you think that the Empire might have delayed their arrival?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean? You think maybe they got arrested on their way to Prague?
Well, I mean, I would hope not. Like I said,
I suppose it's possible if they were if they were caught with copies of a Ute Venom's play. I mean, stranger things have happened. Some guards could trump it up as some kind of a violation of imperial law, and who knows? They could be rotting in a jail cell or hung on the side of the road somewhere, for all I know. But I definitely I haven't heard anything about them being in town yet. Although, I mean, it's a big town. Just because I haven't seen them or heard about them yet doesn't mean they're not here, right?
That's true. Okay, well, thank you for the information. I suppose that's it.
Good luck. I hope you find them. Maybe you should swing by the Apex Theater. The manager there might know something. If they are in town, I'm sure they would have checked in with him.
Yes, good idea. Good idea. Thank you.
Good fella. His name's Medard.
Medard.
Medard. Medard? Medard. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I spelled it to the best of my ability.
Well, find out right now. I can't find out right now because I can't hear any sounds. I can if I change this way, right? Medar. Okay. It's Medard. Medar.
MEAR.
Medard.
Medard. Okay. Medard. All right. Good. Okay. Is there any should if I go to speak to Medard, can I tell him anyone particular sent me? Or is he generally willing to accept an audience?
I don't think. I mean, if you tell him that you're friends with the actors that are going to be performing at his theater, I don't see why he'd have a problem with it. Don't tell him I sent you.
No, of course
Not unless you want to get a shakedown.
not. Okay. Well, thank you for the information. Have a nice evening.
You too. He looks kind of strangely at you.
Yep. She'll walk away.
It's noon, so yeah. Okay. Now, quick question for you: how many pouches are you wearing at the moment?
I have my pouch of.
No. Sorry, just for Katerina.
Yeah, I was saying like Katerina, she's like keeping her her staff to her side and like on her pouch.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she has a backpack that has stuff in it.
Right. What's in the pouch?
Actually, I would have left my backpack at the thing. In the pouch on me, let's see. I guess it'd have been my coin.
Okay.
I don't see anything on else, and I guess my bullet pouch actually.
So you had two, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see which one it was. Okay, cool. No problem. So as you get out, you do find that one of your pouches is missing once you get through the crowd back outside. It's the bullet pouch. It's gone.
Great. Awesome.
Somebody swiped it inside the bar when you were pushing your way through the crowd. I rolled a 1. So.
That's fine. All right.
But I also rolled randomly to determine which pouch it was, and I got the bullet pouch, not the coin pouch. So they're going to be disappointed. Like, oh, what the fuck? Stones.
She, feels the wrath of the Lord boiling within her, but this would not be the proper place to start casting criticism. So yeah, she'll head back over towards the group, and she'll say, "So they don't know anything. They said that I should speak to the manager, Madar, at the Apex Theater. Also, you owe me a bullet pouch."
Oof. Well, at least it was just a bullet pouch, not your coin.
Yes.
All right. I suppose we should head back to the Apex Theater and see if we can't speak with this Madar.
Okay, sure. Go back. You'll see the guy standing there. The big bald. We'll call him Baldy. He's about 6'4", 300 pounds. He sees you walking up and just kind of stares at you uninvitingly. But I mean, he's obviously a guard of some sort. A private security man or something. So
Katerina will walk up to him.
he says nothing, just stares at you.
Afternoon. I'm here to see Madar.
You have an appointment?
Not as much, but I do have an inquiry about some friends of mine, which are supposed to be arrived, but haven't yet.
Friends? Inquiry?
Yes, I was hoping to ask him about Kinder Des Mondes. They're friends of mine.
Never heard of them.
Well, they're supposed to be performing here soon, and she'll show him the flyer, assuming he can read it.
He holds his hand up and says, "No good, don't read."
Yeah. Okay.
Says, ticket office opens at 6 o'clock. Come back, buy a ticket, you can get in.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Well, what a thoroughly pleasant young man.
Well, he has a job to do.
Indeed.
Now, it probably crosses your mind that if you come back and buy a ticket to get into production, the manager's going to be too busy to talk to you anyway. So, really not very helpful.
No.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's going to be any good arguing with him.
Yeah.
If only we could beguile him in some way. Just
Could have tried bribing him.
I have 11 silver pieces left on me.
Yeah, I don't have much money on me either. I didn't bring a lot with me.
Bribe him in bullets. Oh, too soon.
Maybe
11 silver pieces, that's exactly what 50 bullets in a pouch costs.
Yeah, it is actually.
Well, we're gonna try and
I'm plain here. No bullets for it, but
Well, I don't know. I guess really the only option at this point is to wait for the theater to open.
You could also sneak around the back and try to break in if you wanted, I suppose.
Well, not with Baldy on front out there.
He's out front.
Yeah,
in the back. Don't get caught.
I don't really want to. Also really don't want to go breaking into some place in a city that I'm unfamiliar with.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
I know.
The more chaos they create, the better for me.
Should I suggest something out of character?
Yeah, sure. You guys can talk out of character. It's no problem.
Okay. Out of character, like I don't know if you kept the charm person spell, but what if we could like get into a room or something, like across the street, like in a hotel or something, where you would be able to see him out a window, and then you could cast charm person at him.
Oh, I've considered that, but I'm not casting any spells like that while you're around. I don't trust you yet.
You don't? Oh, sure. I guess. Yeah.
Especially not after I someone threw a holy water at me out of the blue. And then talked about me possibly having some kind of strange aura of evil about me.
Well, you do, to be fair.
It's true. But
Well, not
my reservations for revealing any kind of special powers I might have.
she thought you were a mimic. And she's still not convinced you're not. Yeah, she's probably convinced you're not by this point.
I have issues with the church. So, until I know better,
I mean,
be a good boy.
we might be together for a few days. I don't know. Like, she may have talked about her beliefs a little bit by now.
Don't matter.
So Rachel's talking to she's talking to the Katrina, right? Okay, sorry.
Rachel is dead.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Sorry, I have to apologize. Katrina, is that what her name is?
Yeah, Katrina. Yeah.
Katrina, like the hurricane. Okay. Well, she's talking to that guy. I'm going to talk to Merrick and tell him, let me take Katrina off. If you want to try to use your charm, it's up to you though. But I'll take her off somewhere and distract her by going to another place and looking, for some more information.
I don't know that it's a good idea to use that sort of thing yet.
Okay. It's your power. You know how to use it. So, just a suggestion. It's just that we're running out of.
Well, again, we can wait until the theater opens and talk to the guy there. I'm sure there will be a way to get into speak with him. I mean, he may be busy with a play, but if this is towards the end of its run, things are either running well at this point or they're not. So hopefully he won't need to micromanage too much.
So we need to kill some time then, or come back.
Let's put what time now?
Now it's about 1 o'clock.
Oh, also, Katrina would have also told you that that apparently the Empire is not very fond of these Youth Moon plays. So perhaps there's some kind of angle to play there. Apparently, these Youth Moons are illegal to play here, so it might be some kind of angle that you could use.
Well, he can be abrasive.
No, I've never met him.
I would say that and kind of be like, oops. Gosh,
Who do you work for?
charm really seems like the way to go at this point, honestly. Ugh, I hate having to use the spell though.
Maybe you're right. Just save it for a guy that will actually know something, because this guy might not know jack shit about what's going on with the, this and that. He's just there to keep people out.
Right.
So you did have a point there when you said you didn't really want to use it on him.
Yeah, and I would not be able to do it again until I was able to spend some time in study.
Out of character. Also, if nothing else, you would at least know what the manager looked like. So, Mike could follow him around or something. After you actually know what he looks like,
Mm-hmm.
You never know, might be able to try and track him or something.
Boy, do I want to use the spell. I really don't at this point. Just seems like it would be better to save it for now, for the manager himself. If there's an opportunity to speak with him, that is. I don't want to break in. I'm not sure what to do, really, honestly.
Well, how about you buy me a bullet pouch for now?
I have very little money on me. But if you need bullets, here, I can share some with you. I have my pouch.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't need any right now.
Very well.
Besides, I don't have a pouch.
Oh, I guess you can. Yeah. Doesn't help not having a pouch.
Well, I mean, we could always go back to the inn until later tonight and come buy a ticket if that's the move you want to make. Or maybe we could ask around about the vampire.
We could do that if you like, but we do need to get back here this evening at least so that we can meet with the manager. It's definitely important.
Well, if there are things about the deceased going about, then the best place to ask for information would be the churches.
Yeah.
She kind of gives Antonio a kind of look, kind of like a just not worried about churches kind of look. Are you?
Why would I be?
Oh, no reason. I know that you're a man of God and all.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. That's just slanderous.
Hey, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yes.
Katerina have that thing that we talked about?
I don't know what thing you're talking about off the top of my head.
Book.
Shit, I can't remember what book you're talking about. Sorry.
Okay. Never mind.
Book.
Remember, she has her holy book,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were talking about other books that she may possess.
God, for some reason I just don't remember. Sorry.
Let me just Facebook it.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Scrolling back, trying to find it in the chat, but I don't see any mention of it. Oh. Yeah, you can have that. Sure. Roll a d6.
No.
No, then there's your answer. You
Okay.
have the book, but you can't read it.
It's unfortunate.
Hmm.
I really need to find a way to read that. Okay. Well, either way. Okay, so we could head to a church.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do? I mean, you want to go to a church and start asking around about these victims that have been popping up these last several weeks?
Yeah, basically. We'll go to kind of a regular local church first, just like maybe one sort of around the poor districts because they would probably know more, right? I don't want to have to go necessarily into the poor districts if I don't have to, but
You're already kind of in a poor district, but yeah, okay.
so yeah, just a church around here.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You can find a local cathedral. There'd be at least one priest available.
Okay.
Several nuns.
Yeah. So she'll approach the nuns since she's a woman. she'll take out her holy symbol, and she'll present herself as Sister Katerina,
Oh, welcome, sister.
a cleric of Christ.
Mm.
Well, I've only recently arrived in town, uh, uh, but I've heard some news of some deaths that have been occurring around here. Some believe that it's a creature of evil that is causing them as well.
Ah, you're talking about the vampires.
Oh, there's more than one then.
Oh, there have been several.
There have been several vampires?
Yes, there's been quite the panic amongst the poor, um, since it's mostly them that are dying. Um, Seems to even run in certain families. They they dig up the graves of the recently deceased, and they find them with bloodied lips. Of course, they quickly stake and decapitate and then burn the bodies. But it still seems to keep happening.
When exactly did all this start? With whom?
It's been going on for a few weeks, I'd say. Sometime maybe around the beginning of this month.
Hmm.
It seems to be getting worse. There's more bodies every day. Some people believe that the disease of the vampirism is spreading. That they just keep creating more.
Hmm. Have they not sent any hunters to find these vampires?
Hunters? I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Well,
I don't know of anyone who hunts vampires, if that's what you're asking.
Hmm, hmm. Well, I mean, there are those who hunt
We've
the.
been trying to calm the people and reduce the panic. It doesn't do any good, especially in such a large city, to allow such um, such behavior to spread. If we're not careful, we could end up in a situation where even the living will be in danger, as people will take matters into their own hands and preemptively, perhaps, strike against people who are suspected of potentially becoming vampires. There are several already who are under suspicion.
Hmm. Can I get a name of these people who are under suspicion?
Yes, well, one family that is currently particularly troubled um, is the Kadlec family. Kadlec, Kadlec. They've had a few members of the family die this week, two of whom were dug up and disposed of, as I mentioned. But there are some even still within the household who seem to be ill, and the whisper amongst the common folk is that these people are vampires already, and it's only a matter of time before they join their kin in the grave, only to rise again and continue to feed off the living.
How many are currently sick in that household?
I'm sorry? How many what?
How many are currently sick in that household?
A few, I believe. I don't know exactly.
Are
The
there?
first one to die was the grandfather. And then later it was the father and the eldest sister.
That's sad.
Yes, I believe that leaves the wife there to look after the remaining 6 children.
Okay. Is that the only family that's had these problems?
No, just the most recent.
So are the other families? I mean,
They're all dead.
I see. I see. Okay. Where could I find the call?
Passed away one by one, and one by one, their bodies were dug up and defiled. She crosses herself.
That's sad. Where could I find the Cadillac family if I wanted to give my condolences?
She gives you a neighborhood.
Thank
Gives directions to a neighborhood.
you, sister. She'll make a cross symbol, and she'll donate a silver piece to the church. That's all that she can really do for her now.
Okay.
And she'll relay back her information to the group.
So some poor family members are passing away due to some kind of violent illness, and then superstitious peasants are digging the bodies up to find these sick people for some reason, most likely because of the illness they died of. I have blood on their lips, and they are desecrating the corpses.
Correct. So I would like to go see this family.
Certainly.
Okay. So to the Cadillacs. And by this point in time, it's now close to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're all starving. You haven't eaten since morning.
Ah, well, okay. You know, no, this is very important to Katerina. She's gonna go to this family.
Okay.
If the other two will come with her, that'd be great. And if not, then she'll
Sure.
do trust.
So when you get to their house, it's a little more than a
Which I totally
large.
forgot if it's following her around.
Sorry. What? Oh yeah. Forgot about him too. Maybe you left him back at the inn.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really more like a large shack that they live in. From the looks of it, it's pretty poor construction, made of cheap ass wood. And when you get there, there's a crowd of people outside, actually, kind of standing around. You can see the house. There's like cloves of garlic hung all over, all around the door and from the roof of, around the house. You can see holy symbols and crosses and stuff like actually like painted on the walls, the outer walls of the house itself. And yeah, you can see a group of people standing outside, watching the door. They look kind of paranoid and afraid.
Katerina is going to kind of walk up to them. Seeing this, she sort of has that surge of that holy anger burning in her. So she's going to look up to the group and go, "What's the meaning of all of this?" And in a not very pleasant tone.
Don't you know, the Cadillacs, they're stricken with vampirism. It's only a matter of time. It'll get all of them,
Perhaps.
just like it did the Kamaric family.
Perhaps the Lord will work on their behalf. Either way, perhaps you all should return to your homes now and allow the Lord's work to be done in this house.
And why should we?
As I said, is this not, do you not fear the Lord? Do you not fear the wrath that he could bestow upon you for defiling this family's home?
Roll a d20 for me, Crystal.
12.
What's your charisma?
I don't think it's all right. No, it's a 7.
Fear the devil more, ma'am. And he lives in that house.
I think I wouldn't be the one to know of devils.
The Lord didn't protect the Kamariks, did he? And he hasn't protected, I can't remember the name of the Cadlics either.
Wow. The Lord has sent his servant.
Oh, you could have kind of present yourself as a cleric, yeah.
Yeah.
They just kind of now take that in and say, "Oh, I see." So what are you going to do? Are you here to dispose of them? Dispose of them?
I am here to cleanse this place.
Good luck. They cross themselves.
If you don't mind, I would ask that you all return home so that I may do my duties.
Yeah, sure. They kind of like walk down the street a little ways.
Good enough.
Once you go inside, they come right back.
Yeah, Katerina would approach and knock softly upon the door.
And yeah, a girl will open the door. She looks like she's about 12 years old. She looks kind of malnourished, but not sickly in any other way. And she opens the door and says, "Hello."
Hello, my name is Sister Katerina. I am a cleric of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh,
May I come in?
hello, I'm Lucy. Mommy's very sick.
I've heard, and I believe that the Lord has sent me here for that purpose.
Okay, you can come in. And she opens the door wider.
My companions as well. Do you mind if they come with me? She'll motion towards Antonio and Cole.
Oh, I'm happy to wait here if you don't mind. I will make sure that no one disturbs your work.
Yes, actually, that's probably for the best. Keep them as far back as you can.
What about you, Cole? Are you going in or are you staying outside?
Are those people coming back that she ran off? Okay,
Yeah, they didn't go far.
I'll stay outside. I'll tell
Okay.
her I'll help crowd control.
Katerina is going to set her staff on the outside of the door when she goes in.
Before she goes in, I'll say to her, if you're in trouble or something untoward happens, just shout and we will rush to your aid.
And she shows you that she has a whistle.
Oh, excellent. Just whistle. But if you're unable to draw your whistle and use it, of course, just shout. I'm sure everything will be fine.
So Katerina,
my sister Martina and my brother Tibor, they're both very sick too.
I'm going to see what I can do for all of them. Katerina will say as she enters, she'll shut the door behind her.
So yeah, as you come in, you'll see 3 of them kind of like laid up in one bed. Not looking well. One is the mother, obviously. She looks to be in maybe her early 30s. One is a boy who looks to be maybe 13, and there's a girl who's about 10. And then there's a few other younger ones, Lucy, who's, like I said, maybe about 12, and then 2 other younger ones who are not in the bed at the moment, of course. So yeah, as you approach the sickly ones, excuse me, you can see right away their eyes are kind of red and swollen, and they're all coughing, and as they cough too, like little bits of blood come up.
Which one of them seems to be the worst of them?
The mother.
Okay, good. Kind of wanted to cure the mother the most anyway. Before she does this, she's going to kind of kneel down and she's going to softly tell the mother, I am a servant of God. I have been sent to this house to help as best I can in an attempt to cleanse this evil that has invaded your body from you.
Please, please, sister, please do. I fear for the rest of my children. They've already lost their father.
Are the windows and such all shut?
Yeah, yeah, they are. They're all shut and curtained. So there's no light really coming in. It's just like candlelight in here,
Uh,
and you can see like even the candlelight seems to hurt her eyes. Kind of looks away from it. Her skin is very pale. If you get closer and check on her, her body temperature feels really low. Her heartbeat is very weak.
Katerina will grab her holy symbol,
Mhm.
and she begins to. Well, she believes that she's saying a prayer in French, though the words that come out of her mouth are very foreign and alien, nothing that this family has ever heard before. But she believes that she is saying, Lord, may the chaos that has infected this woman's body leave her forever. May it be cast asunder into the void in which it came, and may it never return. As,
Okay, so you're speaking in tongues,
yeah.
and is this a cure disease?
Yes.
Okay. Range is touch, and just works on one individual, right? Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. So, and as you do so, you feel like her body temperature, like you can noticeably feel it rising, and her heartbeat gets stronger, and her eyes return to normal. The swelling disappears. They open wider. She takes a strong intake of breath and a little raspy, gentle cough, but no blood comes up, and and she instantly looks much, much better. And she says, "How? But the other father, he could do nothing. You, oh, thank you." And she sits up and she says, "Please, please, my daughter and my son, you
Um,
must cure them as well."
I will, I promise. But I cannot today. The Lord only allows me so much power. And in this regard, I not yet have the power to cure them. But I can return the next 2 days.
Oh, please, you must take care of Martina first. She's younger, smaller, weaker.
I will return first thing in the morning to rid this evil of her body. But like I said, I don't have the power to cure her until then. Until then, take care of your family, your
She,
children that you already have.
she's just falling over herself, thanking you. I wish I could repay you in some way, but I don't even have bread for the children.
No, you owe me nothing. For as it was written, go into I will give you power, and you will go into these places, and you will cleanse disease, and you ask for nothing in return.
Okay, cool.
And Katerina will, give the woman a hug or whatever if she can. But
Mhm.
other than that, she will, leave the place for the day.
Good, 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 good.
And when she steps out, she will say to the crowd, "The Lord has visited this place and has saw fit to remove the disease from the mother. He shall return again on the morrow and the day after, and all people in this house shall be cleansed. Take your superstitions and leave. if you are not a believer in the power of God, or else his wrath shall visit you.
Nice. Give me another charisma roll.
15.
Okay.
Hmm.
They don't seem particularly wowed, and you're not even sure that they really believe you. But
Okay. She'll take her staff, and as they're headed back towards the hotel to maybe get some food now, she'll thank Antonio and Cole for.
there's no hotels, but maybe the inn, yes.
Yeah, and sorry. But yeah, she will thank Antonio and Cole for coming with her.
Of course,
And-
after all, you indulged us all morning. It's only right to return the favor.
I only pray that they will be protected until the morrow.
I suppose we will find out.
Now, Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
what is your poison save?
Oh, what in the wrong place. Poison 9.
Okay. So you guys are going out to get something to eat, yes? Or are you returning back to your own place?
Yeah, I think we'll return back to the inn, get food
Okay.
there, and then prepare for a thrilling night at the theater.
So back, excuse me, back at your own inn, they have quite the menu on for. Well, by this point in time, it's pretty much the dinner menu as well. Maybe lunch bleeding over into dinner. Roasted hare and bitter cheese with a glass of gin. Braised goose and poached eggs with a glass of rum. Braised scallop with sugar and poached eggs and a glass of gin. Roasted salmon with dried beetroot and a tankard of beer. Or steamed veal and poached eggs with a glass of cider.
I'll have the veal.
Okay, it's 1 silver piece.
Mm-hmm. I'll have the veal as well, I suppose. It's
Okay,
plain.
also 1 silver.
Yeah, just all those meals with gin just sound disgusting.
Okay, fair enough. Why is that? Because you don't like gin?
Exactly.
Cole, are you gonna eat?
Yeah. Something basic. Not too rich.
Do you dislike gin as well?
I don't care for it. He doesn't want any alcohol. He wants.
Okay, well you can go with the salmon and dried beetroot. It's just served with beer.
That's fine.
That costs 1 silver piece and 3 copper.
Okay. I'll nudge my my accountant there to pay for it out of my share.
Guess that's you, Antonio.
So I figure I can just give you some money to carry on your own, or fuck it, I'll pay for it, whatever. Hold on.
It's up to you. I just figured.
I got it. How much was it? 1 silver and what?
3 copper.
I have bad luck carrying money and stuff around. People like to rob me and stab me in the back and all that. So.
True. That was one time in one city, but yeah.
One city I was in, yeah.
Yep. No problem. I got it taken care of.
I mean, I'm sure he's carrying around a couple of silver pieces and a few coppers on him, but that's not going to last a long time.
No worries. I got you covered.
Okay, so you have your nice quick bit of lunch, whatever. You can let your dog out.
Who? Sorry. suddenly stricken by the hand of God. Won't you dare sing that song?
Oh, I was muted. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my dog, take him for a walk.
We're going to this theater
Mm-hmm.
and sit in, well, be seen. Need to kind of disguise ourselves somewhat. I mean, you got the cloak on. That might do well for you. I'm trying to think what I need. Because I don't want him to know we're the people that were chasing him. Or whoever we speak to may not. He may have been told also that somebody was chasing him. So, it's a little tough.
True. I imagine, though, that if he has been informed, then he will most likely either panic and do something stupid, revealing his knowledge, or he will not do anything and husband that knowledge in the hopes of maybe leading us into a trap of some sort.
You're speaking of the man of the theater, not the actor.
Right.
Correct?
I very much doubt we're going to find the actor tonight.
True. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's okay. That's fine. I'll just.
But we should.
So you go back to the theater for 6 o'clock to once the ticket office opens on that. Sure. Okay. Once you get there, what are you going to do then? Yeah, it will be open. There'll be some people, staying in line buying tickets for the show tonight.
Who is selling the tickets?
Looks like an actor.
Makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you don't see any sign of, tall, grumpy McSpiky Club.
Good.
I think I ever gave him a name.
Baldy was what we were calling him.
Baldy. Yeah, you don't see any sign of Baldy.
Excellent. I'm sure he's around somewhere, though. So, what to do? I guess we could buy a ticket. We get tickets or something.
Okay, cool. So you get out in the queue, you go up. You say 3 tickets, I guess.
Yep.
We'll say, because what's his name is still sick in bed. Medina.
Right.
Okay.
Poor guy.
What was the name of this guy that we were looking for?
Medard or something like that.
Okay, so
Madare.
That's
as we're buying the tickets, I'll say something about, it'd be interesting to see Medar's play, or this, the theater, something along those lines. That if the ticket man is Madar, he would say, "Oh, it's me," or or something.
He's not.
He doesn't give any kind of reaction when we mention the name of Madar.
No, he just smiles.
Like
it says, he says, I think you'll enjoy the show. We've worked very hard on it. It's been very popular so far.
Good to know.
Good. Yeah. Entertainment, finally.
How much is the ticket?
It's 1 silver piece each.
All right. I'll give him 3 silver.
Oh, you're paying for me as well? Oh, how generous.
I restocked a little bit of silver when I got in the room.
You still owe me a bullet pouch, though, so just letting you know.
I don't. Oh, well, whatever. Hold on here. Damn it. Come on, fingers. Don't work with the hair. There we go. I grabbed like 10 more silver while I was at the room, so I'm down to 16 now. Okay. I pay for the tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, head on in. Trying to find us a theater owner. Also, keep my eyes peeled for that actor if he appears out of around a corner or something like that.
Let's see here. Of the actor, you said, yeah?
Right.
No, you do see another man kind of watching with interest the ticket sales. He's a little bit older. He's got a really kind of obnoxiously curly mustache. He's wearing a beret.
A beret.
Looks to be probably middle-aged.
How weird. Maybe this is our guy. Mr. Madar. As I pay for the ticket, I'll say, do you know if Mr. Madar is available?
He looks over his shoulder at the man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Madar, are you available? And the man kind of steps forward, twirling his mustache with his fingers. Oh, what seems to be the problem? Is everything okay?
Of course, of course. I just have... So, we came tonight, of course, to see the lovely production, and I saw the playbill outside. You're going to be hosting a play by Mr. Van Ooms.
Oh, yes. Those tickets are not on sale yet. They won't sell until the day that it opens, I'm afraid.
Fantastic.
Come, please. Let's not hold up the queue.
Of course.
Stand over here.
Yep. Give him the 3 silver, grab the tickets, and step over to the side. So, have you heard much about what this play is going to be about? I didn't think I had ever seen a Van Ooms play performed anywhere in this area of the country, of the world.
Oh, wow. No. It's the manager of the troupe has been very obnoxious about it, very secretive. He would tell me nothing in his correspondence, only that he had it and that he would perform it here. But I do not even know if it will go forward now.
Oh? Is there
He was
trouble?
meant to arrive several days ago, and there's been no sign of him or his troupe.
I see. Well, that's rather a shame. I was quite excited. We were just looking for a plane tonight, and I saw that handbill, and of course that led me to buy the ticket for this night's performance as well. Oh, how terrible if they do not appear. So you've heard nothing from the troupe?
Sorry, hold on, I lagged out there.
Oh.
I lost you at it's a shame. Sorry.
I was like, what a shame. So when we saw the playbill for the Van Ooms production, of course, we hurried over here to buy tickets for tonight's performance, theater, see ahead of time what it might be like. And so you've not heard anything from the troupe at all?
No, it's very troubling. And if they do not arrive in the next few days, I will have to look for a very, very quick replacement.
Amazing. Well, I do hope that is not what you'll have to do, that they would make an appearance.
Yes, it's not like Roar to be so unprofessional. I don't know. I hope he hasn't found himself in any trouble.
Indeed. I mean, reputation is everything in a business like theater, and
we had a very good working relationship until now, so perhaps he has just been waylaid. Perhaps he will arrive in the next few days and everything will be okay.
Well, we can only hope.
Or if for some reason he arrives after I've already booked a replacement, then we will just delay the show and put it on at a later date.
Oh, well then there is some hope after all, even should this production be delayed.
Well, there's been quite a bit of buzz in the community about it. Many people are excited. It's been several years since a Van Ooms play has been performed in the city of Prague.
Indeed.
And because this one is so obscure and no one has ever heard of it before, it's not on the Emperor's banned list. So,
it's a stroke of luck. I had
Indeed.
wondered about that.
That's not to say that those bastards won't turn around and ban it the day after the first performance, per se, but,
It'll be too late then, though.
well, there is profit in such scandal as well, I suppose. Notoriety. He strokes his little goatee as well.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes, well, anyway. Says your accent, you're not from these parts either, I can tell.
Oh, you would be correct. I am from the wonderful land of Italia.
Ah,
Say the word. I don't know what it's called in Italian. I'm sorry. If I just
don't know. I
it
don't
just
either.
sounded like a terrible.
And he says, "Oh well, I am French."
Oh, maybe. Or do I speak French?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know if I speak French.
Katarina will greet him in French.
Do I speak French? I do not
Katarina
speak French.
will,
Yeah, I need to know that too. I don't know if I do either.
Okay, roll it.
I do not speak French.
Okay, so make sure you write that on your languages not spoken.
I have indeed.
Katarina.
Why do we roll for that?
1d6 is your language skill.
Okay.
Do you have an intelligence modifier?
I don't know. I gotta get up here and look at the sheet. My intelligence roll. My intelligence is. That's a 10. Is my intelligence, and there's no
yes.
modifier.
So you have a 1 in
right?
6 chance. If you roll a 1 on your d6, then you speak French. Otherwise, you
No.
don't.
Ooh, that's very fortunate. No wonder you can't speak any languages. Nope, I rolled a 6.
Okay, you do not speak French. What about Katarina?
Katarina will greet him in French.
Oh, a woman of culture, I see.
I myself am from France.
I just smile dumbly when they start speaking French.
She'll say that in French.
What did she say?
She'll say in French, I am from France myself.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you. Enchanté. And he kisses your hand.
I wrote down in my backstory that I came from a wealthy family. So she'll tell him her whole name. I don't know if her family name is in any way, means anything to him.
Oh, well, it's a very dignified name.
Yes. I carry it with pride.
And how did you fall into the company of such savages? He gestures at your companions and smiles at them.
Smile back.
Yeah, wait, nod my head and smile. Yeah.
I guess you could call them my bodyguards.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes. Well, every dog has its use, they say. Even an English dog. Pugh, he spits.
Yes, indeed. She just kind of laughs and she just kind of smiles to the others and nods.
Okay. Well, you will be coming to the play tonight, yes?
Yes, I will. I have my ticket right here, and she will gently take her ticket from Antonio.
Sure.
Oh, very well. Well, perhaps you would like to stay after the performance, and I could give you a tour of the rest of the theater, the behind-the-scenes look, as it were.
We'll have to see how the night goes.
Oh, indeed. He kisses your hand again.
She'll curtsy.
Very well. Well, then I will have to wait to see you again until tonight.
Indeed.
Now, if you will excuse me, I must tend to some work in the office.
Of course.
And he nods, says it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again, and Czech to Antonio and Cole. Cole, you don't speak Czech either, do you?
Nope.
Poor Cole.
Yeah.
He's not surprised.
I tell Antonio, he seems like a fairly nice guy. I mean,
Oh, indeed.
yeah,
For a Frenchman.
true.
All right. So
You don't want to know what he
get
said
your
about
tickets.
you. When Antonia says for a Frenchman, Katarina will just say, "Well, you don't not want to know what he said about you," and then she'll make her and just kind of walk off.
I'm sure it was nothing good.
All right. So you got your tickets. You got some information.
Yes, we did. That's good information. So we know that he hasn't arrived here, which is good and really sucks at the same time. But, damn. I guess we're going to go and watch a play tonight.
Okay, cool. Very good. Well, on that note, I think I will end the session. It's 4 a.m. here.
All right. Good time to stop.
So, experience, you guys can have 500 experience points each.
Awesome.
I went up a level. Yay.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. What level are you now?
6.
Excellent. And you're a fighter?
Yep.
So you get to roll a d8 for your hit die.
Okay. We can do that next time. That's fine. No problem.
Okay, but just don't forget. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
I
I will.
won't. Yeah, no, I won't. I needed 500, and you gave me 500, so now I'm
Oh, really?
40,000. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
All right.
pretty nice.
Cool.
I mean,
Well,
just
then I will-
only it raises intelligence a little bit. It'd be nice. but-
Right, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
He's gonna be a dummy.